Good evening. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for joining me. Tonight, I wanted to go over and listen to excerpts from the interview that was just conducted on Unmasked. Of course, you're welcome to follow the link and just go watch it on your own. But if you'd like to talk about it here, you are welcome to do so. As you can see, this is not the place for a Don Wells fan club. So if that is, in fact, what you are looking for, you are in the wrong place. I am not a fan. That does not mean that I wish him anything other than what he may or may not deserve. Um, I'm just bringing you, what I've heard. And I love Mary Poppins. And I just was like, hey, some people are coming forward. I mean, people who don't know Don are coming forward to say, we shouldn't be mean to him. He's struggling. And to them, my question has been and continues to be, would you let him, the Don, babysit your children for any period of time? And if the answer is no, are you being judgmental? Maybe we do need to use some judgment when we think about taking proper care of children. Anyway, I know this isn't a court of law. I know that my opinion is just an opinion, but it helps me to talk about these things. And I think it helps other victims also. So we're going to talk about it. And I'm also going to say that someone's past is always relevant when a crime has been committed. And we do know that a crime has been committed. The TBI does, in fact, believe that foul play has happened, right? So what they are doing right now, and am I part of the TBI? No, I don't claim to be part of the TBI, but I know that they're not stupid. I know that they are investigating every avenue. So if you think that your opinion about being nice to Don is going to translate to what law enforcement is thinking, you are sadly mistaken, because they will most assuredly and are currently looking into all of these allegations from the past and anything in the present, because that's what their job is, to eliminate suspects, to eliminate people of interest. And they've stated that everyone is a person of interest. They have never eliminated Don, nor have they eliminated Candace. So I'm going to get off my little soapbox about that. And, but this picture it just tickles me. Okay. So I'm going to stop that. And then what I'm going to show you, if I can remember what I was going to show you, is that Trish, the brave niece of Mr. Don Wells, made a post on Facebook this evening, and she wants everyone to know in this Facebook group, to those of you who think Whitney of True Crime Sisters, quote unquote, leaked mine or my mom's story, she didn't. Whitney is a great person with a huge heart. We reached out to her and we asked her to post because we trust her with only posting the truth. She has personally reached out to me and my mom to make sure we are okay through all of this. That is beautiful. She has seriously, oh, she has been nothing but amazing through everything. Whitney, seriously, thank you. You have no idea how much you have done for me and my mom. So that, to me, that just, it speaks volumes. They have shared their truth, which was not an easy thing to do because people are coming for them, which I cannot understand. And I will never understand or be okay with people coming at victims who have come out to share their truth in order to keep others safe. And that is why they did it. That just makes me a little heated that people are coming at them. That is really not okay at all. Hi, Emray. I'm glad you're here. Hey, I didn't mean to remove you as a moderator, and I think I did because I was trying to add someone else and in there, and then I inadvertently, I don't even know what I did, okay? But I messed. Ooh, dang, I need to get back. So I hope you're not feeling any type of way. I'm gonna put you back on there because I just wasn't able to do it via the YouTube studio Dealy Bop. Okay. Yes, Aubrey, precisely. That is one of the main reasons that victims do not speak out. And when you hear this interview, which I know you've heard the other ones too, you already know what the response was. Nothing, pretty much, essentially. So as a child, when you come out about something as a child and the people, the very people that are to protect you do not do so, why would you think that anyone else would believe you? Yes, you have your scepter back. Hi, Anita. Betty Joe, because a lot of people blame the victim because they think they can stop the abuse. Mm-mm-mm. Well, I know one thing, a child cannot stop their abuse, okay? So disgusted by DW fan club who shout from the rooftops about DW has a right to defend himself. And why would it? I don't care. He can defend himself all he wants, but I'm still going to be over here practicing my freedom of speech as well. So that's that. And he can go in my closet and dig out anything he wants to because there's nothing there. All right. So let me. I like Anita's heart sitting there, but I think I want to pull up this interview. And by the way, at the bottom there is that national hotline. So if anyone is experiencing anything, you know, in the realm of domestic violence of any kind, that is there for you as a resource. Okay. God bless you all. Okay. So we're going to stop that. And we're going to share. I don't know if y'all watched this, but I was like, what? Oh, I really have a lot of respect for Mary and for Jeannie and for Trish for doing this. It is not easy to do. And they really have people coming at them with ugliness. And I just can't, I mean, I don't, I don't understand. Okay, I clicked the right buttons. I'm all good. Okay, we're going to start it from the top.
And he
Whoopsie, sorry.
I'm gonna try to play around with that real quick.
Okay.
I wasn't big before. I wasn't tiny before. Oh, now I'm like huge. What if we go like that? Nope. Then
Amen,
you're gone.
Vicky. Amen.
Where'd she go? There she is. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna go this route. So you guys are just gonna have to look at my pretty mug for a little bit.
Same.
So if you guys remember, we talked with Mary a couple weeks ago. Mary is Don Wells, which is Summer Wells' dad. Mary is his stepsister. They've known each other since they were approximately 4 years old. And if you guys have been listening and following along with Summer's case, Don has come out and done some interviews with some different YouTubers, and he has made a few statements, and Mary would like to take the time to speak her side and her family's side. And I believe her sister and possibly niece, daughter are going to be in chat tonight. And if they choose that they want to come up, they're more than welcome to come up too. So we really just wanted to take this opportunity for Mary to be able to say, her truth from her childhood and then answer any questions. She's also offered to answer any questions that you guys have, if she has the answers. So, you guys, thank you guys so much for being here. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of like, how does this help find Summer? Like, I want to be very clear. This channel is not just about Summer. It is about victims in general. And we are focused on the Summer case, of course. And this is Summer's aunt. But there's also some things that happened in the past that could or could not have something to do with Summer at this point. We don't know because everything's still on the table. So I just want you guys to be as respectful as you can. Anybody who is, talking.
Okay, I just wanted to interject one little more time. I think she does an amazing job with this interview. And I'm so appreciative of her for doing it and, not being stingy and, not forbidding people from using it. Okay, so I want to put that out there. That's awesome. I just want to add that, yes, she is right. We don't know that this proves that John did anything or has anything to do with Summer's disappearance. Okay. We don't know that. But what this does, as I've said, this information is relevant to the TBI. They will be very concerned and are already concerned about this information. Okay. So for anyone to think that it's not relevant, I just don't know what you're smoking, but you need to quit because this past, this is relevant to law enforcement.
In chat that has some form of, not so nice comments to say, we've got a lot of great wrenches here that are going to go ahead and take care of that for us. So, Mary, thank you. Welcome again to Unmasked True Crime with T.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. So just because we've already had you on before, but could you just give us a little synopsis of kind of your history, and then you're welcome to take the floor and say whatever it is that you would like.
Right. Yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know, a few things about what Donnie's been saying. He's been going on and saying a lot of lies about our family and about things that went on while we were growing up. And I just wanted to get the story out there and get it straight, because it just really upsets me that, that he's lying about these things. And I just want everybody to know the truth, And so I'm trying to get it out there, because there's a lot of people that, I don't know, they go online and they put us down and they put my family down, and my mom, dad, and everything has been brought into this, and I just want everybody to know the truth. So
we know Don's done a couple interviews recently, and your family has been brought up. You guys when you were younger. I believe that you guys were like a month apart in age. Your sister, which would also be Don's other stepsister, was how much younger? Is how much younger than you guys?
She is 7 years younger.
Okay.
Yeah. So, there was one thing that I wanted to address. Well, there's a few things I wanted to address. And the one was about him saying that it was consensual between him and my sister. And he said this happened around, he was about 15 years old. Well, at 15 years old, my sister was only 7 years old. And I'm sorry, but a 7-year-old does not have the ability to consent to a sexual arrangement or relationship. You know what I mean?
Say it again for the people in the back,
So,
Mary.
that's totally wrong, when he said that it was consensual. So,
Let me just clear. Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's
yeah. Let me
just,
just say something about that right there. Ooh, let me not pause her like that. There. There, that's better. Okay. Yeah. No. Mm-mm. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I don't know what the ages of consent is, but it ain't 4, 5, 6, or 7, or 8, or 9, or 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. I know that for damn sure. Um, there's coercion. I mean, does Don really not know that? Does he not know that it is not possible for him to have a consensual relationship when he is 15 and the girl is 8? Because they're 7 years apart. I can't. Okay, get back.
I don't see how he can say that it's consensual when you have a 15-year-old teenage boy and a 7-year-old little girl. It's just, it's not going to happen.
When you were on last time, you mentioned something about when you were approximately 13. Would you be comfortable sharing that story?
Right. Yeah, I would. I was about 13 years old, and he had a couple of his friends over. My mom and dad weren't home. They were out on the track on a run, and so we were home alone for a couple of days, all us kids, and they were getting drunk and getting high, and they started chasing me around the house, and they started ripping my clothes off, and I was scared for my life. And it got to the point where they were holding me down and ripping my clothes off, and I finally got up and ended up running into my mom and dad's room and locking the door. Well, I stayed in there for like 2 hours before my brother got home. And my brother and my boyfriend, they were like best friends, and they had came in, and I told them what had happened. And
Y'all, I don't know what that weird volume situation is. I don't know if you hear that. It's like a crackling. Do you hear it when I'm talking, or do you only hear it when I play this, or do you hear it at all? Let me know. No.
they immediately took me to the police station. I did a report on it because I was going to press charges on all 3 of them, for doing what they did to me. And later on that night, my mom and dad had got home, and my dad pretty much made me go to the police station the next day, and I had to tell him that it was, like all a mistake or whatever, because my dad didn't want me sending his son to prison. So.
And these were
Can we just talk about how sad that is? What did she say? She was 13? 13. Chased around by her stepbrother and 2 of his friends. I can't. And then her dad made her go back. Oh my gosh. And I don't want to, I'm not going to bash her dad. I'm just saying, I'm just sharing the information that she's sharing, but it's her father. So that's between her and him, obviously. But that makes me sad. That makes me really, really sad because 13 is a child. And what that showed her was that, and this is my opinion, guys, my channel, my opinion. You can share your opinions too. It's all good. But the message, I believe, to her was that your voice, your voice doesn't matter. Don's voice is more important than your voice. Don's future is more important than your future. That's my interpretation of it. That's how I would feel as a child. I don't know how she felt, but she will probably share it with us now.
This was Don and two of his friends.
Yes. Yeah. 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 It was a bad situation. Yeah. So
you guys ended up dropping all of those charges.
yep, I had to drop them because my dad was really mad and he was going to kick me out of the house if I didn't drop the charges. So.
Okay, so when you were 13, he was obviously around the same age with his friends, and then your younger sister, which I don't know if she is here tonight. She had considered coming on, and then
I'm sorry, what? He was going to kick her out of the house at age 13? Well, damn. Ouch. That is harsh, and she did not deserve that. That I will say.
I don't know if she's comfortable with that yet, but if she's comfortable tomorrow or a month from now, whenever, if she's ever ready and wants to, we're always here to, help her or your whole family. So it's kind of hard because obviously it's more her story to tell. But she was 7 and he was approximately 15. I know there is a creator. Her name is Tiffany, who actually has interviewed your niece. If you guys haven't watched that in chat, you really should. It's a great interview. And one of the things that was talked about was that this started happening when she was approximately 4 to 5 years old. So that would be about the same time you were 13 then?
Right, yeah. Because Jeannie is 7 years younger than I am, so yeah, so that would make probably about 11 years old when the abuse started between her and Donnie, because she was 4 at the time, she said, so Donnie would have had to have been 11. So yeah, even an 11-year-old boy should know better than to be touching a 4-year-old little girl. I mean, he's got a 5-year-old daughter, and it just, I don't know. Jeannie came out with this, because she was thinking, because when we heard that Summer went missing, all this came back, about her abuse and everything, because, here she is thinking, oh my gosh, he's got this 5-year-old little girl, and what if he's doing the same things to her as he was doing to her? You know what I mean? And so, she just came out with this. She don't want her 15 minutes of fame and, all this stuff. She just thought that it would help, find Summer, if there was any way that maybe Donnie was doing the same thing to her. So,
do you know, have you, obviously you would know but do you know if your sister or have you talked to the police, regarding Summer and this situation? Have you guys been interviewed?
Well, I know that she did call TBI, when we first heard that Summer went missing. It was just a couple of days after that, she had called TBI and let them know what had happened in the past, and in my opinion, I'm sorry, but a leopard does not lose its spots, 10 years down the road. It's still going to pounce and prey. So, but that's just my opinion.
Well, statistically, they leopards don't change their spots. So
Right.
I mean,
Right.
and I don't want to say anything about, you know, whether he did or didn't do anything to Summer. Obviously, we don't know the answer to that. I know that there has been a ton of speculation in social media, which is exactly what it is speculation.
Right.
But, you know, the law enforcement has made it very clear that everything is on the table at this point. They have not pinpointed one thing or another or ruled out one thing or another. So it is a lot of speculation. And with you guys having the history that you do,
Right.
I mean, it makes it
It makes it that much more because it's just really hard because of his history, you know, and it I don't know. And then, you know, all the lies that he's coming out with and everything, it really upsets me. It's like, I don't understand. Well, I do understand why he's lying because he don't want to get into it, you know, and, you know, every time it's mentioned that Jeannie is willing to do a lie detector test and she wants Donnie to do one with her. I mean, she's willing to pay for it, everything, but you mention it to him and he says absolutely nothing about it because he don't want to go there because he knows it's true, you know. And I don't understand how he can go on public television and go on these interviews and sit there and say, oh, well, it was consensual. I'm sorry, but it is not consensual with a 7-year-old little girl. You know,
No,
it's
no,
just not.
sir.
did you guys listen to his interview with the interview room, Chris McDonough? Did you guys hear what Don had said about this situation, about going at it? Like he had like a dirt bike or some type of bike and they would go out and
Right. Yes. Yeah.
they were both just kids and both, you know,
Yep.
participants. And I don't know. I was so, honestly, when I listened to it, I was kind of taken back that he was saying that out loud. That I don't even know if they talked about the age difference. And the first thing I thought of was like she was like 7, 8 years old, and he was approximately 15.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what people don't understand is if you haven't been abused, you know what I mean? If you haven't been sexually assaulted, you don't know what goes on. And there's a lot of people that are, you know, saying, oh, well, you know, like, oh, this is bull crap. And they're putting us down for it and saying, well, why didn't you come out 30 years ago with this? And if you haven't been abused, you don't know what we go through, because I've been one, you know. My oldest sister's husband abused me from the time I was 8 until I was 14. And so you don't know what we go through. It's really hard, you know, to explain, because at first when you're a little kid and you start getting touched by somebody that you trust, and you know, it's, you know, they come to you, and for me it was like, oh, well, let's, you know, it's okay, this feels good and stuff. And it's like, no, that's not okay, this don't feel good, this isn't right. And you're this little girl and all this is going through your mind, you know. And then when that doesn't work, your abuser starts threatening and saying, well, I'm going to kill, you know, your parents, or I'm going to do harm to somebody. And, you know, you're a little kid and it's like you don't know what to do, you know. And so you're put in this mindset and the abuse just goes on for years, you know. And then you come out with it, and then if you come out with it and the people you tell don't believe you, and then the abuse, you know, you go quiet again, and then it just starts up, you know, again, and it keeps going on and on and on. And then at the end of your abuse or whatever, you kind of just stick it back in your mind, you know, and then you just move on with your life. And it's always there in the back of your mind, but then all of a sudden 30 years later something comes up and it triggers, and and you're like, well, and I really do think that's why Jeannie came out, because it all came back to her, when she heard that Summer went missing, and she wants to just get her story out there and get it straight that, this is not right, and she didn't want Donnie abusing his daughter like he did her. So
did you guys, I hate to ask it this way, but did you guys worry about him having a daughter? I mean, was that like a conversation that anybody ever had prior, or was all of this kind of pushed out and everybody thought like, okay, everybody's grown? Like, what was the thoughts when he had his own daughter?
well, when he had little Margie, his first daughter, I really didn't know about any abuse that was going on or anything until she said something to my daughter, and then I guess she also said something to Trish about Donnie abusing her, sexually abusing her. And then also his son, little Donnie, has came out and said the sexual abuse in that house was so horrific that he will never ever say anything about it because it was so bad. So, we're just trying to get this out there and say, you know what? If he done this to his older kids and my sister, it needs to be told. People need to know about this, especially the FBI and stuff, because
Okay, so I want to play this part over again because like my mind is gonna explode. It does keep getting worse and worse, doesn't it? And this is I wanted to play this because it's the people, and I got to tell you, there are still going to be people that are going to say, well, why? This is not relevant. This was 30 years ago. No, this wasn't just, no, stop downplaying it. That sick behavior, okay, that level of sickness, if ever exhibited, does not just go away. How can you possibly think that?
mind, and then you just move on with your life, and it's always there in the back of your mind, but then all of a sudden 30 years later something comes up and it triggers. And
Let me tell you something. Sorry, I keep stopping this, y'all. I hope it's okay. When she just said that, so I don't have a story that is nearly as serious as what some of you all have put in the chat. So I don't mean to draw comparisons, but my point of bringing this up is that she said that she gets triggered by something, and she says that it's always in the back of your mind. So a couple of isolated incidents in a couple different people, some things happened to me, okay, when I was a little girl, and by a few different people. And I don't want to minimize it, but that because it's, no matter what, it's wrong for any adult to have any kind of, with any child, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't something that was ongoing, and it wasn't violent. It was more like coercion. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that anymore. My point is that I still think of those almost on a daily basis. Okay. and certain things that I see or smell or hear remind me of those things, and they are problematic. I mean, I can't go to the gynecologist. This is true. I can't go to the gynecologist without getting medication because I have such anxiety about doing that. Um, and if I, this is kind of a funny story. One time when I went, I didn't have the medication at that point. That after that one was when I was like, okay, I can't do this without having some kind of anti-anxiety, fast acting medication, because I fainted and fell off of the table and sprained my ankle. Like, it's funny, but it's not funny. Okay. Um, anyway, this stuff, it doesn't affect everybody the same way, and it doesn't affect everybody, maybe as deeply. And then some people who have never experienced anything like that have no idea the different kinds of thoughts that go through your head about that. So anyway, I just wanted to share that's if those few incidents, you know, plague me so, I can't imagine how someone who experienced that on an ongoing basis, how that messes with their mind and their emotions.
And you're like, well, and I really do think that's why Jeannie came out, because it all came back to her, when she heard that Summer went missing, and she wants to just get her story out there and get it straight that, this is not right, and she didn't want Donnie abusing his daughter like he did her. So
Did you guys, I hate to ask it this way, but did you guys worry about him having a daughter? I mean, was that like a conversation that anybody ever had prior, or was all of this kind of pushed out and everybody thought like, okay, everybody's grown? Like, what was the thoughts when he had his own daughter?
well, when he had little Margie, his first daughter, I really didn't know about any abuse that was going on or anything until she said something to my daughter, and then I guess she also said something to Trish about Donnie abusing her, sexually abusing her. And then also his son, little Donnie, has came out and said the sexual abuse in that house was so horrific that he will never ever say anything about it because it was so bad.
My God.
So, we're just trying to get this out there and say, you know what? If he done this to his older kids and my sister, it needs to be told. People need to know about this, especially the FBI and stuff, because, the abuse just happens over and over and over again, in my opinion. So
It's just I honestly can't imagine. I personally have never been through anything like that, and it instills an anxiety in me. And never going through it, I can't imagine if I had. I applaud you and your sister for speaking out, knowing that people will say they're troublemakers, they're lying, they want this, they want that, and
right. And we haven't ever been offered money for this or nothing, and I kept quiet there for a while, but then when Donnie came out and started saying all this stuff, it's like, dude, why is he lying? And it just really upsets me, because this isn't helping anybody, especially when he comes out and he lies, and It's
Well, he's lying because he doesn't want to go to prison.
What do you think of the comment that he made about everybody wanting the inheritance?
Oh my gosh.
right. Well, I wanted
Okay, I'm going to pause that really quick. Because I wanted to share something. I am going to get back to that, but I wanted to share this document with you all, just to show you the statute of limitations in Utah. So I know it's probably tiny. Let me try to get rid of that. Oh, shoot. Robin, I'm going to have to remove your comment. I'm sorry. If I can find it, just so we can see this a bit better. Okay, I don't know where it is. Okay, well, let me just try to zoom in on this a bit. So this is the PDF version. I did find this on the Utah government page, so it is legit, and this gives you, all of those, whatever the heck those numbers are called, the penal code or whatever. So Utah Code 76-1-301, offenses for which prosecution may be commenced at any time. Anytime. Okay. So we're going to go to number 2. Notwithstanding any other provisions of this code, prosecution for the following offenses may be commenced at any time. So the reason why I have these highlighted is because, I don't know, just read into it yourself. What do you think? So I'm gonna use one of Chris's Chris McDonough likes to use this term. That's what you are, Donnie. You're toast. Do those papers mention age of offender? No. So I was wondering about that too. But what we do know is that this did happen when he was a legal adult also. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say about that. And I suppose, I don't know. I was going to do some more major speculating, but I'm not going to do that because I have no idea. But because you know how some states will prosecute someone as an adult depending on the seriousness of the crime. And it probably does specify somewhere, but I did not see that. And this is, like I said, this is the PDF version that's printable from the website. So yeah. So I'm gonna stop that and let's go back to the video and hear how this part was, I enjoyed this part because Mary was like, I just had to laugh when Don talked about, that house, us wanting that house.
talk a little bit about that too. When he made that comment, I just started laughing because, for one thing, the will has been made out like this was like 5-10 years ago, okay? When they made out their last will. And I asked my mom about it a couple of years ago, and I said, so what happens with the house and everything? And she said, Well, the house is to be sold and all the bills are to be paid off. And if there's anything left, it's to be divided between all you kids, which is 6 kids of my mom's and 3 kids of my dad. So that's 9 kids. And I don't know where Donnie got it, saying that my dad is leaving him the house and all the money, because for one thing, my older brother, has power of attorney over my mom and dad and all their finances. And they had taken out, they had refinanced the house. They had done a reverse mortgage loan on the house.
In other words,
And I
ain't
think
gonna be
they
no
owe
money.
like $60,000-$80,000 on that. So when they end up dying, that's going to have to be repaid back. And then also the house is in such disarray, it's just falling apart. You know, probably when they die, I'm guessing the house is probably going to end up being bulldozed down.
Y'all hear that? That's the house he's talking about. That he thinks they're fighting about. A house is going to be bulldozed.
You know, to tell you the truth. And so I don't know where Donnie even got that my dad's leaving him the house. I just laughed about that. So
Teresa.
And then I want to clarify one other rumor while we're talking about properties. The
That's coming
property
up.
in Tennessee was Dawn's mother's property, correct? It was not your guys, not dad's property.
right, it was his mother's and her husband property.
Okay.
So, and
I know some were saying that
they thought-
his dad was the one who gave him the property in Tennessee, and I'm like, that was his mom's. So I just wanted to make sure we could clarify that while we were talking about it.
Right, yeah, that was his mom's property, yeah.
So from the last time that we talked, one of the posts that he had made right before that, or right after that, I think it was, that he was saying that, you know, this is basically his family's fault. Oh no, it was right before it, that his family's fault that all of this was happening, or something along those lines.
Right. Go ahead.
Has anything come from that?
Yeah, see, and that's another thing. He was just lying, because he was sitting there saying, well, they're just mad at me. That's why they're coming out with all these allegations and stuff. They're just mad at me because my dad's given me the house when he dies. And I was just like, what? Are you kidding me? You know, it's laughable, because there's just nothing there.
Don't nobody want.
And like you said, there's
house,
9 of you.
Don.
So anything that's there would be divided between the 9 of you. Doesn't leave.
Preposterous.
Right. Yeah. Which I don't think there's going to be.
So you wanted to talk a little bit about some of the more current things that are happening with the family and things that have been being posted online. Is there anything specific, or?
Let me see here. I wrote down a few things I wanted to talk about.
Perfect.
Oh, good night. Good night, Caitlin. Thanks, sweetie.
Chat's going by pretty quickly, but I think I saw your sister in here, so I just wanted to say hi to Jeannie.
Right, nice. Yeah, she wants to come on, and that would be awesome. I don't know if she wants to or not. But I don't know.
You're so sweet, Lisa.
I know that he did call my mom or my dad probably 3 or 4 weeks back, probably about a week after Summer went missing, bragging about all the money they were getting, and they had went and bought $1,000 cell phones from the GoFundMe account. And my dad thought that was pretty crappy, and they ended up getting in an argument over that.
And I've got the screenshot to show them shopping for phones. Terrible.
And then Donnie didn't call him for a couple of days, and so
Don said that in one of his posts too, that you guys could have everything and that he was just never going to speak to his dad again.
Right. Yeah. He's, because after he said that, it wasn't more than like 2 days later, he called my dad again. And, you know, he just sits there and he calls my dad and complains to him. And he sits there and accuses all us of about his problems for his problems. And then he gets my dad all upset. And then my dad calls me, you know, or my other sister, you know, and he's like, what's going on? You know, and it's like, Dad, it's not true. Just don't even listen to it, you know. So he gets my dad all upset. And I don't think that's right for him to be doing that, you know.
This has
And
got to be hard enough on your parents as it is.
it is. It's really hard on him because, you know, on one hand, he's got his only son calling him, you know, pretty much almost every day, and you know, saying stuff to him and lying to him, and then he's got us kids on the other hand, you know, and he's going, well, why are you guys doing this, you know? And
Why are
it's
you
just
guys
like,
telling on
it's like,
me?
Dad, just don't even listen to it. I mean, I had to delete Donnie off my Facebook and Candace and everything because it was getting too much for me, you know. And
Because what? What were
it's
they
just a
doing?
really hard thing right now. I don't know, all the things that Donnie's saying and stuff. It's, you know, I keep thinking that maybe they do have something to do with it just because of all the stories. They just keep changing, you know? And it's just like, well, you know, what is it? You know, it's like first he was so sure she was abducted, and then he put the blame on, you know, the guy he was working with, and then he put the blame on drug dealers, and you know, he just keeps putting the blame on, you know, other people and stuff. And it's like, I just don't understand why he keeps coming up with different stories, you know. And then all of his talk about going to church and stuff, that is just, it blows my mind because he's never been a churchgoer, you know, ever.
I think we talked about that the last time, that he gets the prison religion.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
When you guys very first heard Summer went missing, and I may have asked you this the last time and just forgot the answer, but what was your first initial reaction that when Summer was missing?
My very first initial reaction, to be truthful with you, I thought Donnie had something to do with it.
Hey, do y'all
That was my
see? Oh,
very
shoot.
first reaction, was he
I just
done
paused the
something.
wrong video. Do y'all see that link that I just put in there? Do y'all see the link that I put in the chat? That is because I see that who said it? Who said it? Someone said they hadn't seen the picture yet. So that is a link to my video that shows that picture. And I know it's other places too, but it was easy for me to just find that video really quick and put that in the comments. So if you want to see it, there it is. Well, let's see if I can get back to the right video.
I know it. But then I started looking at his interviews, you know, that first one, I could tell he had been crying and stuff, but you know, so it kind of made me think, well, maybe he didn't have something to do with it, you know. But now I just like, God, I don't know, you know. It's like, because him and Candace's, their stories just don't mix, you know. And then also I had seen that photo going around with Summer by the mill. And in the background, people are saying that, oh, well, Donnie's car was there, or Candace's red car was there. And Donnie's going, oh, no, that was a red tow. But I blew the picture up and I took a magnifying glass, and you can see clearly it is Candace's car. You
In
know,
that picture?
Yeah, it's beyond the tailgate. You can clearly tell it's her car.
I'll have to take a closer look at that picture.
Candace
Candace did tell us that that was a tote in the back of her car.
No, dude, it's her car. You can even, if you blow it up and you get a magnifying glass, you can clearly see the decals on the back of her car.
Okay.
In the windows.
This is where she lost me. This is where she lost me because I swear to God, I see this. You know what this reminds me of? Do y'all remember? This was a long time ago. There was this picture that went viral of like a dress. It was like a dress, and people were like, "Is it purple or green or something like that?" And I could not see it. I mean, what was I trying to say? I saw everyone saw a different color. Like there were two different color. You know what I'm talking about, Ray? Ray, the dress, right? And everybody saw two different colors. And look, I can't see a car when I look at that truck picture. I see a damn red Rubbermaid bin. And I can't see it. Like, what? Yes, the dress of the shoes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so who here sees the car? Lisa says it's her car. You don't even have, okay, sort of the spirit. You think, okay. Phoenix says tote. Dawn of Destruction says, okay, well, you know what we got to do now. You know, we got to look at that again. Hopefully, I can find it quickly. I'm sorry for laughing. I know that's in poor taste. So if I do this, let's see if that works. So many screenshots. Or is it in downloads? No. Pictures. Where is the truck picture now? I just shared it the other day. Okay. Here it is. Whoa. Okay, so I'm okay, I found it. Now let's see if I'm able to share it right. Stop that. Start this. Lord. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me do that. And then let's, woohoo! Oh, Summer, honey, you're so beautiful. Look at how precious. Look at how precious she is. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now just what in the heck? How do you see a truck there? I mean, a car. Because I do wonder about that thing. Whoa, that silver thing. But to me, that looks like an open bin with stuff in it. It's not that photo. So hold on then. Let me just tell you, this photo is directly from Candace's TikTok. No, girl, I don't see no side mirrors. What? What? You can see the window line. You have a gap between the cab and the bed of the truck where the red item, hold on. I gotta see this. You have a gap between the cab and the bed of the pickup truck where the red item is in the bed of the truck, and then a window is right behind that. You can see the sticker on the back window. Blow it up, you can even see part of the blue truck. The blue bin? I'm sorry. I can't. Oh, just don't call me names. We can disagree, but don't call me names. Oh my gosh. I can't even get to it anymore. There it is. Dude, I'm sorry. That, so you're telling me that you think the end of the bed of the truck is right here? Do you see what I'm pointing at right here? All right, let me. So are you saying, I'm going to get an arrow. Are you saying that, are you saying that this right here is the bed of the truck? Like that's the bed of the truck? Like there's the window, obviously, with the rain on it. And then are you saying that this right here, this line back here, let me draw. Okay, let me get rid of this because that's just distracting now. I need to draw. Where is it? No, not word art. I guess it would just be this again. Yeah. Okay. So is this right here, which I need to make a different color so it can show up better. Except I don't know how to, okay. Okay. Are you saying that's what are you, because to me, okay. Let me come back here and see what y'all are saying. This is going to make me cry. This is worse. This is worse than freaking dress and the shoes and whatever else. Let me go like this first of all so we can see this a little better. So, okay, that's the truck bed. That's the tailgate. Yes, and that line is the tailgate. So then I need to know what it's an image from that 10-second video, grandma candy. Da, da, da. No, it's a picture. It's a still picture. Okay, well, we got a lot of people saying it's the car. Two windows. That is the bed of the truck. Let me ask you this. So you're saying that the car is pointing backwards? Or are you saying that's the front of the car? Because all I see is a red Rubbermaid tote. Swear to God. No, I don't see a damn. I'm sorry. Um, it's the back of the car. That's no car. You see? You see how everyone is. It looks like a toolbox or something in the bed of the truck. See the blue bar. Okay, so I see this blue thing over here. Can you say I see my cursor or not? I don't think you can. I think I need to go back over here. Okay, so right here, let me circle this now. Lily, you don't go barking now. You stop it. I was talking to my dog. Okay. What is, wait, I don't want a filled in circle. No, I need this kind. Okay. Whoa, what the heck is that? What did I just do? Okay, insert shapes. Okay. I want an oval and I don't want it to fill. Why is it filling in? Colored outline. Okay, try it again. No, what are you doing? Well, that's just going to piss me off. Okay, what? You see how it keeps just switching like that? Why does technology hate me? Why? Okay, hello again, Summer. Okay. Huh. Whoa. I was starting to see a car, but then I see a tote again. I can't. But still, no, like what is that? That silver part. So, M. Ray, you're saying this is a garbage can over here? What is this? Doesn't that look like a light or something? Is that could be a reflection of the light on that's inside here? See, to me, this looks like the inside of the bed of the truck. Let me show you what I'm saying. Okay, this right here, whoa, looks like the bed of the truck. And so does this, but it looks like there's like, what is this? What are you saying this is over here? Because to me, that's something inside the bed of a truck. Because they could have this part right here could be a little space back there. I don't know. Oh shoot, skis. The window of the Subaru. It looks like a cover for a truck. Is it a bear? Oh my gosh. Okay, in that video, you can see the mirror. The car is moving, not parked up. Um, so the car is driving away, King of Kings? Help me understand. Okay, in that video, you can see the mirror. The car is moving, not parked up, and there is nothing on the road behind them. Case closed to me. Oh, so you believe it's a car? Oh, there's nothing on the road when she's driving. Yeah, I know. Oh, okay. Why would that object be right next to a car? I don't know. Um, the thing is, I mean, I know it does seem stupid, Dawn, but the thing is, if if that is Candace's car back there, that means something. So it's really not stupid to be trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? No, girl, I'm not going to take your wrench. So what is next to the left front tail light? Is it a bear? This is what I'm saying. Oh. No, and I hope no one's calling anyone stupid. I hope that's not what's happening because we don't do that here. Um, we can disagree, okay? But we all have eyeballs and we're all seeing different things, just like the dress and the shoes. I mean, yes, we all have opinions. Show them that car, show them a car picture online, Google. What? I do want to watch the video now, but I feel the pressure. I just don't even know if I could find it at this moment. Um, Plunder's got it, doesn't she? But I think we should let's get back to what we came here for. So bad. But were we almost done? No, we're not even close to almost done. So we got to get back there. We have got to stop sharing that and we've got to not, we don't know. We have differing opinions on what the heck that is. It still looks like a tote to me. I don't know what to do. But Dawn, I can't deal. She said, I don't mean to call anyone stupid, but if this is their car following the truck, but see, the car is facing the other way. So it wouldn't be that it's following it. So the video could have been taken at a different time than the picture, right? You get what I'm saying? Because I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay. So we're gonna just say, okay, Lisa knows it's a car. I don't, but I mean I don't think it is. I don't see it, but I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not. I'm saying I really don't freaking know. So that's all I got. So let's go back to this. We got it. Ladybug, calm down. Everything's going to be okay. That's right, Emery. Thank you. Look at my moderator. She's awesome. Okay, let's. I feel like you should get a whistle instead of a wrench sometimes. Oh, golly. It's all good, guys. Oh, that's why we. Oh, I'm sorry. Damn it. See, who told me that? You're getting a wrench. Who told me? Who told me no sound? My king of king. You want a wrench? Wait. Who was the first one? Anita. You know what? Anita, you want a wrench? Girl, I love you, Emre, but you did you don't ever tell me when there's no value. Oh my gosh. Help me, Lord. Okay, let me try it again. I'm clicking share audio. Okay. Oh, that's not allowed. I'm just kidding. Okay, I got it. Let me just, you know what? I'm not even backing it up that much because they were talking about the freaking red truck.
You her last 2 cents, out of her purse, if that's all she had,
She's talking about her
just
mom.
so it would help you. You know what I mean? And I don't know where he gets that from, that he's saying that, oh, she was so mean to me. No, my mom was not. My mom was always there for him. And I never, ever once seen her, even, I mean, maybe tell him to take the garbage out or something, when he was 15 or something, that's about the only thing that I've ever really seen her be, you know, stern
Was
on
your
him.
mom more the disciplinarian or was your dad?
No, my dad was. Yeah, my dad was the disciplinary. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There was a lot of times that he wasn't home because he was a truck driver and he was over the road, all 50 states. And a lot of the times my mom went with him too. So, but when he did get home, we would definitely get the wrath of my dad if any of us were, you know, bad while he was gone. So,
What did your older siblings like take care of you guys then and like report back to your parents on what you guys were doing when they were gone?
right. Yeah. Well, it was mostly us because we were in our teenage years, when my dad was trucking. So, um, my dad, when he first started out, he was in the Army for, quite a few years. And then he got out and got married and had kids. And he started trucking then, when he first had kids and stuff. And then he quit that. And then he got a job up on Hill Air Force Base. And he worked up there for like 25 years as an aircraft mechanic. And then when he was done with that, he quit and started trucking again. So, He was gone quite a bit, in our teenage years. So,
Providing for the family,
right.
being the
Yeah.
being the breadwinner.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
okay, so back to more recent then. So you guys haven't talked to Dawn. Has anybody reached out to Candace?
I don't think so. I think the only person that's really talked to Donnie and maybe Candace is his biological sister. So, yeah.
Okay, so is there any other things that you had written down that you wanted to make sure that we address before we take any questions from the chat?
Yeah, there was a rumor going around that Donnie had bought that red car for Candace, so if she would drop the charges on him back in October when he had them charges put against him. I heard that that's why she dropped the charges on him. I don't know how much that is true, but
Okay.
I just heard that. So, but yeah, I can go ahead and take, any,
Questions from the chat? You're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if something else comes up that we forgot to cover, like we can go back. It's okay.
Yeah.
What's the specific reason listed as to why the boys were taken? Do you know?
I don't. But I did see the one interview with Donnie, and he said it was because he started drinking again. He said he got upset and took off, and then he started drinking, and then he came back, and before he took off, I guess that day when he left for a while, before that he had been drinking, I guess, and he said that's why they took the boys. So
Sherry, what are you talking about?
That's what I heard. That's the same thing that we were told, is that
Sherry, will you please clarify? I'm confused. Okay, I will check my email, but I need to know what is this? Would Don break and admit his wrongs when he was in your family? Who are you asking? Are you asking me? Okay, well, I'm going to go check my mail and I'm going to play this while I do that, and I'll be right back.
he'd gone back to drinking, and that he's I don't want to say the wrong word because I don't want to misquote what he said, but that he has more violent tendencies when he does drink. That is not a direct quote, so don't take it that way. But it was that, yeah, they took him because he had been drinking and was having a hard time.
And Donnie said that in that interview, so I'm guessing that's why they took him. So
Hen wants to know, what does your family think happened to Summer? We talked about this a little bit last time, so it was we were all over the place. That you guys were all over the place. I don't know if you guys have come up with any more.
Yeah, we've just, we can speculate, just like everybody else. We really don't know. I mean, a lot of us, now that Donnie keeps talking and keeps opening his mouth, he won't shut up to save his life, and he just, it's like just more stories keep coming out. So we don't know, we're just baffled.
Well, it's hard because as social media people, when families don't speak, we're like, why aren't they saying anything? And why aren't they making public pleas for their children or their family members? And then when they do speak, we overanalyze and analyze anything that they do have to say. I don't know in that situation. I don't know what the right move would be in that situation. If my child was missing, I would probably I'd either be probably in a hole somewhere crying, or I'd be all over the place like a crazy person. I don't know. Luckily, I've never had to deal with that. So but it's a catch-22. We go for both families. Like, it's either they're talking too much and they say too many things, or they're not talking and why aren't they saying anything?
Right. Yeah, and it seems to me it don't matter what you say or what you don't say, because they're gonna they're gonna say what they're gonna say anyway. You know, I
Right.
mean, you say anything and they pick it. They will pick you apart like you will not believe. So
BVK, the stepsisters have not met Summer. They have met their Candace's oldest, or I shouldn't say oldest son. Candace and Dawn's oldest son went to Utah with them, but they have not met Summer.
Okay. So I Sherry, if you are still there, I know people were answering you and I appreciate that, but I did also want to address that what Don did do is admit that he had a quote unquote relationship with his stepsister. And he says that they are a few. No, we're live right now, sweetie, but I'm showing someone else's interview. So I didn't know if you were asking me or if you thought that I was this woman who's interviewing Mary. I'm somebody else. This was done by Unmasked. Okay. So anyway, what was I saying? Okay. So Mary. Oh, you're asking Mary? Okay. So what Don has said to Chris McDonough from the interview room, okay? And I think it's funny that I said okay right there because you know how he talks and he always says okay at the end of it. Anyway, point is, Don told Chris, and we heard it. We heard it from his words, okay? That he had a relationship with this sister, okay? But it has been confirmed that this sister that he's speaking of is 7 years younger than him. So that's not possible. No, he doesn't. Nope, he doesn't. He really doesn't admit anything that he does anything wrong. There was something about like he admitted to, he's admitted to drinking lately. But like what he will do and what is classic narcissistic behavior is that when he is confronted with an allegation, he will admit to a tiny part of it that may be deemed as sort of acceptable or not that big of a deal. So he'll admit to a tiny part of it just to make himself appear truthful. Because people will then say, "Oh, well, why, he said that about himself and that wasn't a good thing. He admitted to it. He admitted to that part, but he's not going to say that he did the whole, whatever." So point is he tries to make himself look like an honest person by admitting portions of the truth. And this is what people do. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
right.
Louisiana girl asked, did Dawn confess to anybody in your family, particularly your dad, about the essaying? And I'm assuming of your younger sister. Did he ever admit to that
Oh,
before
she's about to
this
answer your
conversation with Chris
question,
McDonough?
Sherry.
I think it was after the interview with Chris, he had called my dad. Now this is just what I heard from my other sister. She said that he had called and confessed to my dad that yes, he did touch Jeannie and mess around with her when she was younger.
And you said this was
So-
after the interview with The phone call that was
Chris.
played with Chris.
I think it was like the day after that he had called my dad and confessed that yes, he had been messing around with her. Because I was talking to another sister of mine and she goes, well, Donnie called dad and confessed everything. And I was like, oh, well, it's about time, you know? And my dad's
Sherry.
not too happy with him about it, you know? So.
Did your dad talk to Jeannie about it?
No, they're not talking because when this all started out and Trish came out and, you know, went live and then Jeannie came out with her stuff and everything. And my dad it's too much for him to handle, you know, and his first reaction was like, you know, he called me and he's like, you need to call Jeannie and Trish and tell them that they're kicked out of the family.
Oh, that's
I
so
don't ever want to see
sad.
them again, you know, and I had to call them and tell them because I didn't want them showing up at my mom and dad's and then my dad jumping all over them, you know, and they don't even know what's going on.
That breaks my heart, Dawn.
So I had to call them and tell them, you know, and so no, they haven't had any contact with my dad at all. It pretty much goes through me. So
out of all of your direct siblings, out of your mom's children, there's 6 of you. 2 boys, 4 girls? 1 boy, 5 girls? 2 boys,
2
5
boys, 4 girls. Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Jax wants to know, how well do you know Candace, and do you think that she's lying or telling the truth?
Yeah, I don't know Candace at all, and you know, her stories don't match either, so I don't know. I can't really believe either one of them right now because those stories keep changing. You know, I pick up on little things, you know, with their interviews and stuff, and I keep going over all their
girl.
interviews that they've been doing and talking, and it just, and I stop and I think, well, now wait a minute, didn't they say in that last interview, you know, something different? And it's just like, so I don't know, you know, I don't know what to believe anymore because their stories keep changing. And like I said, Donnie won't shut his mouth to save his life. So
he seems to really enjoy Facebook posts.
Oh my God.
He does. And you know, that's another thing. I was looking through one of them, you know, summer wells discussion groups and stuff, and somebody started talking and I had asked a question or something, and then all of a sudden she started talking about my mom and saying stuff about my mom and how she treated Donnie when he was growing up and how he went through all this and that and this and that. And I'm thinking, well, now wait a minute, how do you know? You know what I mean? And so anyways, I come to figure out that it was either Candace or Donnie or both of them. They keep going on Facebook under an assumed name and, you know, start digging like at me and Jeannie. Like they catch us through in these chats and they start, you know, saying stuff. So of course we're gonna start defending our mom and stuff, you know, and it's like, well, now wait a minute. So I'm thinking that, you know, I'm sure it's them, you know. And to me, it's like, dude, you have a 5-year-old girl that's gone missing,
Dude,
and
for
all
real.
you can do is play on Facebook. You think this is nothing but a game, you know? And I had put on there, you know, you guys think this is nothing but a game. I know that this is either Candace or Donnie, you know, this is bullshit. I don't understand what you guys are doing, because if it was my daughter missing, I sure as hell wouldn't be on Facebook.
Girl, speak.
And it just, you know, and then a lot of their comments, I had went back later, like a couple hours later, to pick up them comments that they had sent, and they deleted them. You know, they had actually deleted their comments because they knew I was on to them.
Somebody got them screenshots. You know, somebody has them screenshots.
Like, really? You know,
you think they have fake Facebook names and are going into Facebook groups?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. I really do. And in one of them interviews, that one that Chris McDonough had done with that one lady, it was just a couple of days ago. I forgot what her name was, but there was somebody there getting on him in the comments. And apparently,
I think that was the Voices Behind the Wall interview.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
And apparently somebody had been giving him trouble in the chats or something. And he was there and he was like, you don't think I know who you are? And I think it was Donnie, trying to mess with me. And Chris McDonough was saying, you know what? You don't know who I know who you are, so you can just keep on putting your snide remarks on and calling me names and doing whatever you want to do, but
do you know if they've gone out at all and searched for Summer yet?
Hold on.
Do you know if they're putting up flyers yet?
Hold on, Chickie.
No.
Hold on, True Crime with T. Listen. Did you all just peep that? So Mary was saying that during the interview with Chris, remember when he stopped and addressed, he said, I thought he was talking to AD, like a certain YouTuber during that, saying, I know who you are, I know your IP address and stuff like that. Mary thinks that he was talking to Don, but T thought that she was talking about the interview with behind the Voice Behind the Wall or whatever. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down here? So that said, what do y'all think? Because I don't keep up really much with the drama between creators because it's so freaking, it's petty. And I'm not going to talk trash about any other channel. I'm going to tell you that this is not the Don Wells fan club. That's all I'm going to say about that. So let's get back to this.
And that's another thing. Why aren't they putting up flyers or anything? They're not doing nothing to even find her.
I saw on one social media post, and somebody in the chat might correct me if I'm wrong, that they had oh, you're talking about Linda It's a Crime when Chris McDonough was on there. Okay, thank you. I thought she was talking about Dawn's interview. Okay, thank you. So yeah, It's a Crime with Linda. Chris was on there being interviewed. Okay, I was thinking you were talking about Dawn's interview. Thank you guys for clearing that up. That during one of the prayer vigils that they were seen putting up a couple flyers, but then I don't know how much they're out actually like handing out flyers or putting up flyers or.
Right. Yeah, I don't think they are. And then at the prayer vigils and stuff, I mean, people are recording this and they just don't act like they're interested. You know what I mean? I don't understand this.
They don't look like they're interested. I swear to God.
It baffles me. It just.
Well, I think a lot of us think like if we were in this position, what we would be doing, and then in fairness.
Okay, look, here's what I want to say about this. And I don't even know what she's about to say actually, and I don't mean anything against her, but in regard to what Mary just said, she knows them. Okay. Now, are they close? Are they two peas in a pod? I don't know. But what I am going to say is she knows them better than any of us up in here. She knows him better than any of the YouTubers making videos about all this. So I'm going to listen to her opinion as a family member who knows him personally before I'm going to listen to some YouTuber telling me that I'm being judgy. Okay. Just putting that out there. Okay.
we try to go, okay, well, we're not in the position, so we don't know what we would do. And we go this back and forth because there's so many unknown answers. Before I get to Crazy Crimes Chick question, there was another question. Do you happen to know anything more about the timeline of when the police are saying Summer actually went missing? Do you have any specifics about that timeline?
I don't really, just what I've heard, you know, and the 911 call, and you know, and that's another thing. There's so much discrepancy there. You know what I mean? I mean, there's like a 2-3 hour window there from the time that they supposedly got home until she went missing. There's, you know, and with the interview with Candace and stuff, I mean, she's, you know, we got home and put the groceries away and planted flowers, and I'm sorry, but that timeline, you could be done within 30-35 minutes doing that. You know what I mean? And there's like a 2-3 hour window there. It's like, what happened between that timeline, you know? So that makes me kind of wonder, you know? But as far as the time goes, you know, like I said, I just go off the 911 call and what, you know, Donnie and Candace are saying, you know.
Yes. I mean, we don't have much else because law enforcement isn't putting out too much of the information yet. So they obviously have some stuff that they're holding close. So Crazy Crime Chick asked, was Dawn abused as a child?
You know, I don't know. Like before we met them, you know, I wasn't around, so I don't know. You know, but when my mom and dad got together and stuff, there was no abuse. You know what I mean? There was, you know, sure there was a lot of kids and, you know, and mom and dad in that little trailer and stuff, but there was, you know, there was never any abuse, you know, unless maybe, you know, one of us needed our asses whipped or something for doing something, you know. Other than that, you know.
Okay, let's see. Taylor, can one of the wrenches? It's on the Unmasked channel. The first interview with Mary. It's just a couple weeks back. But if one of the wrenches could grab that link, you guys can drop it in here as well. And then we talked about quite a few of them. The one with Trish is on Tiffany Marie's channel. And then Chris McDonough obviously has quite a few now with the Summer Wells case on his channel, The Interview Room. And then the one that Mary was referencing is, did I just freeze? I look like I froze. Did everybody freeze? Can you guys hear me still or no?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, there we go. We're back. I froze with like a weird face too, of course, because you can never freeze with like a normal face. We talked about It's a Crime, and Chris McDonough did an interview with It's a Crime, and that's the one she was talking about. Okay, you guys can't hear me. Thank you guys so much. Like, I'm frozen. My face is all. Let's see. Did Don try? We talked about this a little bit last time too. Did Don try to sell his oldest son with his first wife?
Yes. A lot of people are saying
just like that. Yes.
Kids, but it was just little Donnie when he was just a couple years old. His ex-wife had came to my mom's and with the kids, and it was late at night. It was like 11-12 o'clock at night. And you know, we were all getting ready to go to bed, and she came in and she was crying, and she said that she had just caught Donnie down on, well, it's famous 25th Street down here in Ogden, you know. And she said he was out there trying to sell little Donnie because he needed drugs. They were broke, you know.
So
Donnie
was he gonna trade? Was he gonna trade little Donnie for drugs, or was he was literally just selling him on a corner? I guess that's.
You know, I'm not quite sure, but he was doing that because he was trying to get drugs. You know, I think he was just stopping people saying, "Hey, you want to buy my kid?" $20, $50, whatever, He
That's
didn't
it.
care because he was on drugs, he didn't care, and Donnie, when he got on drugs, he was just really weird. He was out of it. I mean, you know, I'm no saint, and I will admit I do. I smoke marijuana, And when we were kids, me and Donnie used to smoke marijuana together all the time.
Girl.
But every time he got high, he would like turn into this like zombie. It's like he would quit talking and he would just sit there and be like in this trance or something. And it's like I would be like, Donnie, what's wrong with you? And he would just be
Oh my
he
God.
would just sit there and he would just be like, what? And it's like, dude, what is wrong with you? I've never seen anybody act that way, before when they smoked marijuana. So but yeah, he didn't do good on drugs. He like turned into a zombie,
And then he
so
got he
I
got
don't
into
know.
the harder drugs because what he was trying to allegedly sell his oldest child for was not marijuana.
No.
No, he was shooting up and everything. He was into heroin and all
Y'all hear
kinds of
that?
drugs. So yeah.
Shooting up. He was shooting up. So when we showed that picture of his legs, okay, and I don't know what that is. I don't know for certain what that is, but don't act like it's so far-fetched because the man did used to shoot up heroin.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember once when he got out of prison and I hadn't seen him. He had been in there for a couple of months, probably about 6 months or so, but before that, before he went in, I hadn't seen him for a couple of months because he was just out doing drugs and doing whatever. And I remember he had came home and he had tracks all up and down his legs and his arms,
Oh,
and
really?
it was terrible. I was just like thinking, oh my gosh, it's just bad.
So somebody brought up, so last time we did talk about this, I was actually under the impression before I had spoke to Mary the first time that he had tried to sell both of his children. So Mary had clarified on the first live that we did that it was not his daughter, that his ex-wife had told her that it was Donnie Jr., so his firstborn. So just FYI, somebody had brought that up. I want to see if we have any other questions. You guys just don't fight with each other in chat.
Okay. So I'm gonna show his legs again. And now, Sherry, I'm not asking you to, diagnose. I'm just asking for your opinion. Just, your opinion, freedom of speech type of thing. uh, I would like you to look at this man's legs and tell me if you think they're bites or if you think they are whatever this phlebitis is. I can't phlebitis. Phlebitis. I can't say that. It's too late, and I had my first vaccination shot today, so it's making me stupid. Okay, where does man's legs at? Dude, where's your legs, bro? Are they a screenshot? Ah, there they are. Okay, can y'all see them legs? No. All right, we got to do that again. No, and I'm just saying I'm not asking you to diagnose because I don't want to put you on the spot like that. It just wouldn't be appropriate. But I am going to put you on the spot to ask you what you see here. So given what we just heard, that he had track marks when he used to do heroin, okay? He used to do heroin back in the day. Chris said they look like track marks. Okay. Yes, I can zoom in. Allegedly. Where did it go? Okay, there's the legs. Let's move this. Well, let me move the banner too, but you all have to remember the rule. No name calling. Okay. Abscess staph infection from drugs. Oh, I see Kentucky Fried Chicken legs. Very lumpy. Oh gosh. Okay. So what do y'all think? Yeah, that right there. So I am not a medical professional. I am not a former shooter upper, so I have no, I mean, I just knew that when I saw those legs, I knew there was something wrong with them. Um, but I'm basing that on watching the show Intervention. Okay. So I'm just giving you my very novice television watching opinion here. When I first saw them, I was like, damn, those look like drug legs. But see, I wouldn't know, and I don't know. Veins become leathery. Hmm. So yeah, I don't know. And then I am going to start to say goodbye now because I'm super tired and I don't feel good because I got the vax today. I got my first shot up for the vax, and it's no, I got it yesterday. And yesterday was not bad. I was bopping around like do do do. I'm so awesome. And then today my arm started hurting, and now I feel like I'm sick. So that sucks. Need to see a vascular specialist. Okay. Thank you for that. But what I will tell you is I will go over the next part of this interview, maybe tomorrow night. Um, and she is going to say, okay, she's going to say that when he came out there and was staying in the camper in Utah, and then after that, the parents gave her the camper and she found needles in there. It was left a mess and there was used needles in there. All right. So yeah, I will watch the video you sent for sure, for sure. Sword. My head is pounding and my body feels terrible, and now my stomach is starting to get weird. So it's yeah. I took tomorrow off so I can be miserable. Thank you all for joining me. Keep Summer Wells in your prayers and thoughts, sending her light and love. Also pray for the boys, her brothers, and any part of the family that you wish to. I mean, let's just send love and light everywhere, okay? And let's pray that Summer is brought home safely. Bless you all. Be good to your family. Tell one another that you love each other and just be the light. See you on the next one. Bye.